For every swing, every moment, the Milwaukee Brewers fight. It's not just about hitting the ball, it's about leaving a legacy.
Before we dive into the exclusive details of what's happening behind the scenes at American Family Field, I need a second of your attention. If you live and breathe Brewers baseball, if blue and yellow run through your veins, you need to be subscribed here. We bring you deep dive analysis you won't find in the traditional media. So please hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and join the most passionate community in MLB. Let's ensure you are the first to know when the next big news breaks. It is mid-December 2025, and the calm hanging over Major League Baseball is, to say the least, intriguing. The winter meetings have concluded, and while we have seen some heavyweight moves with names like Pete Alonso, Kyle Schwarber, and Edwin Diaz signing new deals, the market in general seems to be in a holding pattern. Unlike last year, when the Juan Soto saga dominated the headlines early on, we are now watching a prolonged chess match. Kyle Tucker is still on the board, as are Alex Bregman and Framber Valdez. But, my friends of the Brew Crew, it is exactly in this silence that the most impactful deals are usually forged, and my sources and analysis indicate that the Milwaukee Brewers are at the center of a potential hurricane in the trade market. Specifically, we are looking at our ace, Freddie Peralta. Information coming from behind the scenes, corroborated by Mark Feinsand of MLB.com, indicates there is significant interest from multiple franchises for our right-handed pitcher, and it is not hard to understand why. In a market where the price for elite pitching has inflated drastically, Peralta's contract is a valuable anomaly. He is scheduled to receive just $8 million in the 2026 season. To put that in perspective, that is number 4 or 5 starter money in the current open market. Yet Freddie delivers top of the rotation numbers and performance. He has the stuff, the playoff experience, and crucially, a cost that allows any title contender, whether a big market team like the Dodgers or Yankees, or a mid-market team looking for that final push, to fit him into their payroll without major fiscal maneuvering. My analysis, following the logic we see in league corridors, is that the Brewers front office is aware they possess one of the most valuable trade chips of the entire offseason. And this isn't just about shedding salary, it is about maximizing the return on an asset that is at peak valuation. The term significant interest is not thrown around lightly. It means GM Matt Arnold's phones haven't stopped ringing. Teams are desperate for reliable pitching. We have already seen Sonny Gray and Brandon Nimmo change zip codes, and the scarcity of elite options remaining drives Peralta's value up with every day that passes without a major free agent signing. For us fans, the idea of losing fastball Freddie is painful. He is the Latin soul of our rotation, someone who grew up in the system and became dominant. However, looking coldly through the lens of business and franchise sustainability, something the Brewers prioritize above all else to stay competitive, trading Peralta now could bring back a package of elite prospects that would fuel our winning window for the next 5 or 6 years. It is the classic Milwaukee dilemma: sell high to secure the future, or keep the talent to try and win now. I believe that if the right offer arrives, the front office will not hesitate. While the Peralta situation dominates conversations about the starting rotation, there is another name generating a deafening buzz in inner league circles: Trevor Megill. The modern bullpen has become the backbone of any team with World Series aspirations, and Megill has proven to be a lethal weapon in the late innings. Feinsand's report highlights that he, like Peralta, is attracting significant proposals. And here, the analysis becomes even more complex. The Brewers recently closed a deal with the Kansas City Royals, sending Isaac Collins and Nick Mears away in exchange for Angel Zerpa. This was a clear signal that the front office is active and willing to reconfigure the pitching staff. The trade for Zerpa gave us a young, controllable arm, which may very well have been a preparatory move for the departure of someone like Megill. Trevor Megill is not just a strong arm. He brings the mentality and physical presence that intimidates in the 8th or 9th inning. His ability to generate strikeouts in high-pressure moments is a scarce commodity. Looking at recent trends, teams are willing to pay exorbitant prices for elite relief at the trade deadline, but acquiring that kind of security in the offseason allows teams to plan their entire pitching structure. For the Milwaukee Brewers, the logic of trading a closer or setup man is based on the volatility of relievers. Historically, bullpen performance fluctuates greatly from year to year. If the front office believes Megill's market value has reached its absolute peak, trading him now follows the Milwaukee operational manual to the letter. Sources indicate it is likely that Milwaukee will trade one of the two, Peralta or Megill, this offseason. The critical question is, which one brings the return that fills the most urgent gaps in our roster? If we trade Megill, we need to trust that young arms, perhaps even the newly acquired Zerpa or others in the system, can take over these high-leverage innings. If we trade Peralta, we create a massive hole at the top of the rotation that will need to be filled, possibly by multiple arms. The Brewers' strategy is never a total rebuild, but rather a competitive retool. I see this as the calm before the storm. The market is waiting for the first domino to fall. If the Brewers decide to pull the trigger on a trade involving Megill or Peralta, it could very well be the catalyst that unlocks the rest of the MLB market. Opposing teams know that Milwaukee is a shrewd trading partner. They know we won't give up these all-stars for cheap. We are talking about players who change the trajectory of a season. For the fan, this generates anxiety. Seeing familiar names being discussed as trade pieces is never easy, especially after a season where we reached the playoffs and tasted victory in the NLCS. But the reality of our market demands these bold moves. I believe the final decision will depend on which team is willing to offer a package that includes preferably immediate impact hitters or near MLB pitchers rather than very low-level prospects. The championship window is open, and any move must be to keep us in it, not to temporarily close it. In short, the situation is clear and tense. We have two elite assets, Freddie Peralta and Trevor Megill, being aggressively coveted by the market. The financial reality of Peralta's $8 million contract in 2026 makes him perhaps the most attractive trade target in all of baseball right now. The Brewers front office is positioned to make a move that could redefine the franchise's future, trading valuable pieces of today for sustainability and talent for tomorrow. If you were the general manager today, what would be your move? Would you keep the rotation strong with Peralta and try to run for the title? Or would you trade him now that his value is through the roof to restock the farm system? And about Megill, does the bullpen survive without him? Leave your opinion in the comments below. I want to create a healthy debate here. Don't forget to like the video if you appreciated this detailed analysis and subscribe to the channel right now. We will be back as soon as the next news drops with the quick and deep analysis you deserve. Let's go Brewers!